first, we have more on a story we reported on Wednesday. This dramatic video from our affiliate KOAA in Pueblo, Colorado, shows a driver caught in a torrential rainstorm. As the waters rise, engulfing her SUV, the woman seems paralyzed with fear. Thankfully, some good Samaritans came to the rescue, and a potentially tragic ending was avoided. The story received a big reaction, and some of you wanted to know more, like Cindy in Vermont.
I was amazed. I don't understand it. It did make me think, what would I do in a situation like that?
Last year, NBC's Kevin Tibbles took a closer look at these kinds of accidents and how you can escape.
Each year, some 600 people nationwide die when their vehicles go off the road into water.
Now, you've only got a couple of seconds to do this. What do you have to do?
Water safety expert Jerry Dworkin walked me through the steps.
Now we can make our escape out.
That can save lives, called SOS Go. Stay calm, open the window, push the seatbelt release, and go. Also, keep a rescue tool in your car. There's a small blade to cut through a tangled seatbelt and a hammer or punch to smash out a jammed window.
Just swing and hit like that. I'll do anything once.
With the Palm Beach County Fire Special Operations Team close at hand,
Seatbelt on first.
I was put in the driver's seat and plunged into about 15 feet of water. As the water splashed over the windshield, despite my training, at first I did panic and was confused.
I remember they said to keep your wits about you. So I just took a breath and I did the window and then the seatbelt.
The next attempt, I wanted to go further. To simulate being trapped when the window doesn't open, I grabbed the hammer. In a split second, the car fills and sinks.
I went down fast.
The water is murky. The heart races. I take a last breath and push through the rushing water. Surfacing is a huge relief.
Breaking the glass, it just like all comes in. And then, so I couldn't see. It did freak me out. My leg got stuck in the seatbelt.
Again, the best piece of advice, don't lose your cool. Panicking wastes energy and time. And be prepared for what seems to be the unthinkable. For today, Kevin Tibbles, NBC News, Palm Beach, Florida.
Gerald Dworkin is a water safety expert with more advice on this situation. Gerald, good to have you here.
Thank you.
You saw the tape.
Yes.
You think the rescuers, the Good Samaritans, did what they should have done?
They did an excellent job. The risk that they took was great. So they did an excellent job in trying to get her out of there.
You mentioned this woman could not swim, which made it even a more dangerous situation. What about pressure? You always hear that as a car is submerging, you got to equalize the pressure, otherwise you can't get the door open. Is that the truth?
The problem is that when you hit the water pressure against the door is going to prevent the door from opening. Therefore, your only avenue of escape will be to bust open or open up a window and make your escape through there.
So the most important thing, and I think we've said it only takes between a minute and 4 minutes for that car to sink,
Correct.
to submerge completely underwater. You've got to think quickly, and you've got to have a clear amount of thought. You can't start panicking.
Correct. You've got to have a plan, and hopefully you've rehearsed your plan. You know exactly where your escape tool is, if you have one, and we strongly suggest that everyone has one planted somewhere in the car, but they pre-plan their event so that they know when the incident occurs how we're going to make our escape and get out of the car.
All right, so first thing, you find yourself in a situation like that, the car starts to submerge, you want to stay calm. The second thing is you want to get a window open.
Correct.
Okay, now let's talk about the days of technology. Most cars today have electric windows. So if the car stalls, that window's not going to work. You've got to engage the battery. How long will the battery?
Well, the batteries may last for quite a long time, enough time to open the window. And a long time after that. But in case the window has failed to work because the battery is shorted out, you've got to make your escape by busting open the window.
And we're going to do that in just a second using a tool that you think everyone should have in their car. The other thing you've got to do, get out of your seatbelt.
Correct. Correct. You've got to open up your avenue of escape first. Secondly, release your seatbelt and then go.
And you have to remember, sometimes these cars end up in water. Sometimes they've rolled over. Sometimes they flipped. You can find yourself tangled in your seatbelt.
Exactly.
So you've got to be prepared to make sure you've got all your arms and your arms and your legs free of the seatbelt.
Correct. And if you delay your escape and the vehicle ends up in water that's deeper than 14 feet, the vehicle may end up on its roof.
All right, let's talk about some of the tools you think most people should have in their car. And the first is this. What exactly is this?
This is a rescue hammer, a hammer-type device. What I like about this is that it's not spring-loaded. A lot of times we have a spring-loaded device such as this. You may practice and play with it. Therefore, when you need to use it on glass, it's not going to work.
And you also think that people should have something to cut a seatbelt in case of an emergency.
And both devices have a seatbelt cutter.
That's the cutting part of this is down at the end here.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to put some goggles on here. But I should mention also, if the car is rolled over, you've got this hammer device here. This could end up anywhere in the car then. Where do you suggest people keep this?
Well, these devices have a mounting device that you can mount it right on the sidewall of your vehicle. And you need to know exactly where in reference to your body it's located, so that after the collision you can reach down, grab it, and use it.
And although it sounds crazy, you should practice this. I mean,
Absolutely.
you should sit there. We can't submerge a car here in the plaza, but you should actually go through this drill at least a couple of times and have other people who frequently ride in your car go through it with you.
Right, and you should perhaps pre-plan it. Talk to the other people that we're all going out this window instead of everybody looking for their own avenue of escape.
Okay, so let's say we're submerged now, or we are submerging. I've got my tool in my hand. I can't get the window down with the electric windows. I can't get the door open because of pressure or whatever reason, damage to the car. I should take a good whack at this window with this.
Correct.
And you say I should hit it. You want to hit it as low, close to the door as possible.
Yes.
Is this going to take a lot of force?
Not too much.
No? Okay.
Just a good hit. And knock it the rest of the way. And you're ready to go. Disconnect your seatbelt and get out.
And get out of the car. Gerald Dworkin, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Do you have a vacuum cleaner or anything? I appreciate the information. When we come